Evening, sweetie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You?
What are we doing?
Well, with the remake being expanded on soon, I figured now would be as good a time as any to introduce you to the entire playable cast of Final Fantasy VII, since you've never played it, apparently.
I have never played it. I have actually never played any Final Fantasy game unless Kingdom Hearts counts.
It doesn't,
Why doesn't it count?
because it is its own franchise.
But the Final Fantasy people are right there.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't count as a Final Fantasy game.
Okay, so what have you done today?
Basically, I've just picked out the main playable characters, and we're gonna go through them, and that's about
So it's
it.
gonna be like Genshin Impact. I'm going to guess what these people are and who are they and what are they doing.
Basically, I didn't include any super extended lore characters like from the Dirge of Cerberus game, the Advent Children movie, Crisis Core game, the Before Crisis mobile game.
So this is like vanilla. This is like if this were Minecraft, this is vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah, this is just the generic Final Fantasy VII if you just played only Final Fantasy VII.
All right, can I take a little bit of a stroll through what you've got
Absolutely.
for me? All right, so okay. Oh, is this the girl who gets her ass beat by Yang Xiaolong?
You know damn well what I'm going to say to that.
All right. What the hell is that? Okay. Okay. I have no words for some of this. All right. So we are. So you're just gonna take me through this.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So can I start?
Absolutely.
Or do you want to start it for me?
No, you can start.
Okay. So this is I know who this man is. This is Cloud.
Good.
Cloud is the man from Smash Brothers. Everyone was mad when he got into Smash Brothers because of oh no, it's an anime sortie boy. And anime sortie boys are horrible for the Smash Brothers franchise for some reason. And that's why everybody let him slide when so that everybody could just shit all over Byleth. And poor Byleth. Byleth's been through enough.
We always go back to Fire Emblem with you.
Well, what? You're bringing me anime sortie boys. There's only so many anime sortie boys we're gonna get through before we bring it back to Fire Emblem.
I mean, I guess, but that doesn't mean you have to bring everything back.
All right. Well, anyway, this is Cloud. This is the dude with the sword that's bigger than he is. Am I supposed to figure out who he is in the story?
Well, I mean, I think it should be obvious.
He's the main character, but I like his single shoulder pad there. I like that he's safety minded. This is a man who is about safety. He's about practical clothing. So I'm going to take the guess that Final Fantasy VII is about Cloud the Claymore guy wandering through the land of Final Fantasy VII, and bad things happen to him. He has a homoerotic encounter with Sephiroth, because it's always a homoerotic encounter with these people. Because yeah, isn't that the thing? Isn't that the ship? Like Cloud?
No.
What?
No.
Okay, everything I've heard like around is just Cloud and Sephiroth have like this like enemies to lovers thing happening.
No.
It's not like a Destiel thing.
No.
I didn't see Supernatural either, but all I know about Supernatural comes from Tumblr, and it's basically the Jensen Ackles character and the Misha Collins character. They're like in love, but then they weren't in love. It was like something like that. But yeah, it's like Cloud and Sephiroth. They have this duel that's constantly going on, and Sephiroth is evil. Well, it's weird because I feel like I can't talk about Cloud without talking about Sephiroth.
It is actually very hard.
And I know
to do that.
Sephiroth is also an anime sortie boy, and everybody let him fucking slide too.
Yeah, he's more interesting.
Meanwhile, fucking Corrin got his / her ass raked over the coals, even though Corrin's a fucking dragon.
And we're back to Fire Emblem.
To be fair, Corrin was not a good choice for the Smash Brothers roster. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at everybody shitting on Corrin. Byleth though, the Smash community should feel bad about that. But anyway, Cloud is he is a mercenary, or he is a sword for hire. He wanders around and kills the chocobos for the chocobo. No, the chocobo is the thing that he rides because of the Cloud song.
My name is Cloud. I have a sword. I fight cactuars because I'm bored.
You remember the Cloud song, right? I don't know anything about Cloud, but I know the fucking Cloud song because I went to high school and the song was everywhere. My name is Cloud.
Okay.
I have a sword.
Okay, we're gonna shut that down right now. Okay, so are you done? Because I'm physically hurting over here right now.
Well, no, because he likes to ride.
Please stop.
On chocobos.
Oh, please stop.
It's better than.
Please stop.
Okay, I'm stopped. But he doesn't have an afro.
No, he doesn't. He never did. There was no cosmetic point where he did.
Well, I guess it was better than I guess riding a chocobo was better than having an afro. You're gonna have to stop me because I want to sing this song so badly.
Stop.
Okay.
Okay, first and foremost, this is Cloud Strife.
Hello, Cloud Strife. It is nice to meet you.
You are, on a number of occasions, slightly correct.
Yay!
Okay, so I don't want to go into the full history of this character because, that would take us about an hour just to get through him.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you kind of the short expletive versions.
Okay, the short version.
Okay. So Cloud is, or thinks he is, a first-class soldier.
Okay, so he is a mercenary type.
Yes, at the start of Final Fantasy VII, he is a mercenary. He is specifically hired by, the game begins after he is hired by Avalanche.
Avalanche sounds like the production company that made the game.
No. We'll explain that when we get to the next character, because it involves them more than him.
Okay.
And so, basically, through his interaction with Avalanche, he ended up dealing with the company Shinra. Well, Shinra Energy and Power.
Okay.
And that led to a whole massive cacophony of nonsense, where where him and the party ended up wandering the world to take down Sephiroth from calling a meteor into the world of Midgard, which is the
Midgard, like.
Yes,
like Thor and the Norse mythology?
That is what the world is called, yes.
Midgard? Like we're just stealing...
No, Midgar.
Midgar. Okay, we're not stealing. Alright, that's fine.
Even if it was, Midgard is just the Norse name for Earth.
It's public domain. Carry on, Final Fantasy. You're fine.
Well, the world is also called Gaia, or several other names through the
Gaia. It's always Gaia.
Oh, yeah. Nevertheless, and yes, he wields the Buster Sword, a very large sword that he inherited from one Zack Fair. I'm not going to go into him.
Oh wait, he gets the. That's what gives him the limit break things that you get on Smash, right?
Well,
the limit break thingies.
Yeah, limit breaks are just super moves in this game. So like, you just charge them up during battle. You learn them. As you repeatedly do things, you get them. It's a long process to explain a lot of this. But basically, in terms of story, he is our protagonist, he is our focal character, and we learn a lot about the rather underhanded dealings between Shinra and a lot of scientific types through the game.
So basically, fuck capitalism?
Yeah, actually, that's not the worst takeaway from this game. Because
fuck capitalism.
Yep, fuck
right.
capitalism.
Alright, so are we moving on?
Do you have any questions about him?
Where do they get their hair gel?
Yeah, you got me on that one.
Because that's a thing with these spiky-haired anime boys. I think that's where Final Fantasy is where they got it from. So Cloud, iconic video game character and fashion-forward trendsetter. Wow, I can't talk today. Are we moving on?
Moving on.
Okay, this man, is that Does he have a Gatling gun on his hand? Like he does.
Yes.
Is that a replacement for his hand?
Yes, it is.
That seems inconvenient.
I'll explain that.
All right. Well, you said that this character had something to do with the Shinra thing.
Avalanche.
Or Avalanche. So I'm going to make the assumption or the educated guess that this is Cloud's boss. This is the guy who gives him probably his earlier missions, where it's like, hey, Cloud, I need you to go and kill those Heartless or those no, not Heartless, and not Chocobos. Meebos?
No.
The Meebos?
No.
The little white things that
Moogles?
that sell things to Sora.
You mean Moogles?
Yes, not Moogles. Ugh, what are the little like ain't shit enemies in this game?
There are a lot of ain't shit enemies in
Bandits. We're just gonna call them bandits for now. Go Cloud. I need you to go and get those bandits. I need you to get those things and make sure that they die, and then I will give you a modest reward.
Okay.
And there's a dog tag here, but it's like there's a couple dog tags here, and I think that's interesting. I don't know what they say. He has both of his eyes, but he clearly has nearly lost one. And he has a cool tattoo here. He just seems like a really chill guy, but he doesn't seem like involved with the story at all. It's just like he's Cloud's boss and or his best friend who is also his superior. So he's like, Cloud, you're a renegade mercenary who doesn't play by the rules. I respect that about you, but you're also like fucking up my insurance. So I need you to stop being this renegade asshole who doesn't play by the rules, or else I'm gonna take those insurance premiums out of your fucking paycheck. And Cloud will be like, "Oh, but stop cramping my style. You're my straight-laced friend. You're my straight-laced friend." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm your straight-laced friend. We have no homoerotic energy whatsoever. My hair is not spiky enough."
Okay.
And
I'm here for these tirades.
I like the I think these are really practical. These fanny packs for his thighs, those are pretty fun. But yeah, he just seems like a very chill dude with not a lot of homoerotic energy to him like Cloud does.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is Barrett Wallace.
Hello, Barrett Wallace. It is very nice to meet you.
He is the leader of the eco-terrorism group Avalanche. He also has an adopted daughter named Marina who hangs out in the bar Seventh Heaven that Avalanche runs out of.
Marina is in this crew, or?
No. She is a literal child.
I mean, Genshin Impact.
No. I mean a literal child. Like.
No zombie baby.
No
cat baby who mixes her alcoholic father's drinks.
No. She is just an adorable, sweet girl that this man has dedicated his entire life to raising because her mother died.
Mm-hmm.
He is involved in the story because while he did hire Cloud to help with Avalanche's work, he is the leader of Avalanche. He goes on the missions. They're an eco-terrorism group, so they don't exactly get to be like, I'm going to stay back here at the hideout.
Okay.
And you are correct. The gun is a replacement for his hand because before he moved to the city of Midgar, where he became Avalanche's leader, he actually lived in a large mining town on the outskirts of the continent, where he actually had a friend whose name I'm forgetting at the moment because he was a boss, but like he wasn't super important. Mainly just
like
for
a bandit boss, like a
no. Like he was important for Barrett's personal story. But it comes at such a weird interval in the game, I'm kind of having trouble remembering.
Is he part of the main party?
Yes, he is.
Oh, so he's not like just...
No, he is a main part of the party.
Oh, I'm sorry, Barrett. I didn't mean to make you,
Yeah.
I didn't mean
and,
to
so basically, one day there was an accident at the mine, and he was holding on for dear life, and then a rock crushed his hand and arm. So he had to get it amputated and replaced. And so he got it replaced with a gun. I'm not sure why he chose a gun, but I'm not.
Man,
I'm not
that's gonna
it.
be a nightmare to get through airport customs.
What airports? There's only like airships, and usually you have to own one.
Which I assume that he does.
No.
Okay.
Another character later on does.
He has, like, rich entrepreneur vibes to me.
He's an eco-terrorist. He's literally an eco-terrorist.
I know, like, now that you've told me that he's an eco-terrorist, I'm like, oh, that's definitely an eco-terrorist. But beforehand, I was like, he could have been, like, a really cool, like, store franchisee.
Store franchisee. Oh, my God. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, like, 90% of these characters come from the slums or from the backwoods.
So they're not rich.
None of them are rich.
Alright, so Genshin Impact, a lot of them were rich. These guys are...
Not a lot of them were rich.
A lot of them were rich.
No, just a lot of them
we
were
had, like,
well-to-do.
the blue blood... We had the blue blood, not Aladdin. We had, yellow Edelgard, with her god secretary. And, we had the not restaurateur who turned out to be a god. That you love so much.
He is a godsend, but never...
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
We're getting sidetracked. All right, but thank you, Barrett. We're moving on. This is the girl who got her ass beat by Yang Xiaolong. And I know that I know a little bit more about this girl because of that Yang Xiaolong video. As a fan of Ruby, I know her because Yang Xiaolong just like beat her with her own face. And she's got like these blue gauntlets and they also do limit breaks, but she lost because she accidentally yanked out like a strand of Yang's hair. I just know that like combat wise she's just a punchy girl.
Okay.
I like her shoes, I like her outfit. I don't know if I would cosplay her. I don't think I have the body for that, but she looks like fun. She looks like a fun girl. She had some sort of traumatic thing happen to her in relation to Sephiroth, and then she ends up hanging out with Cloud because Cloud is also trying to put down the scourge that is Sephiroth while also being irrevocably in love with him. And then Tifa, this is Tifa. Tifa is just there like, I'm the girl and I'm hanging out and I'm a cool girl and I'm kind of one of the boys, and she seems like someone who would have been like the video game version of Hermione Granger, where like in the moment she was super progressive and everybody loved her and everyone saw themselves in her, and then like you look back and you're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have seen ourselves in her. Maybe that instilled in us some pretty shitty values.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that she is the punchy glass cannon to Cloud's all-rounder.
Yeah.
And to Barrett's tanky tank.
Okay. So, yeah, this is Tifa Lockhart.
Hello, Tifa Lockhart. It is nice to meet you.
She is actually Cloud's childhood friend from their hometown.
Oh, so she didn't just meet him.
Yeah, no. They've known each other for years.
Okay.
She was actually trained by a martial artist in the town to actually fight, and she was actually better at fighting than Cloud was. She still kind of is.
Okay.
Yes, she did have a traumatic incident where Sephiroth ran his Masamune straight through her shoulder and pinned her to a wall.
Okay.
And then he burned down their hometown, so, you know, that's a whole fucking thing.
Why did he do that?
That I'll get to when we get to him.
Okay.
Because that's more to do with him than the town. It's just the town got, unfortunately, consequented.
Oh. That seems like a really mean thing to do, Sephiroth.
Well, he is the main villain, but yeah, there is a reason.
Man, why would you do your boyfriend so dirty like that?
Oh my god, there's no homoerotic energy. Look, if you want to put something somewhere, technically, there is a dating scenario in the game. Where you can go on one date with one of three people. Her, Aerith, or Barrett.
But Barrett?
No, but here's the thing. Barrett's just a bro. Barrett is just a bro.
Oh, they Alois him? They Alois him? Oh, dirty bastards. Alright, so are we good with Tifa?
Basically, yeah, I just wanna like set something straight. Every character can do limit breaks regardless of their weapon.
Yeah, I know. She could do limit breaks, but it wasn't strong enough to deal with Yang Jialong.
Yeah, whatever. Move along.
Oh, you think I'm saying that just to, like, trigger you into ranting about it?
Possibly.
I mean, I wasn't. You've been ranting about this for the last, like, 5 years, though.
I will never let it stop. I have a perfect opportunity, but we're doing a video, so move along.
Okay. I will... I guess when we get to the Ruby stuff.
Oh, God, yeah, no.
Okay, this girl looks like someone I would actually cosplay. Like, this seems like a cosplay dream, and this seems like something that's actually attainable for me. This is, I remember her from Kingdom Hearts a little bit. She was Squall Leonhart's nice friend.
Yeah.
And, she was just sort of there.
Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts, she wasn't really important.
I don't really have an... I know something bad happens to her because Michelle, when Michelle was playing Final Fantasy VII, she got, like, really in her feelings about this character. So so she must die or something. Like, I believe that I believe that she dies. But I don't think that she comes from the same place that Tifa and Cloud do. I think she's like a girl. She's got to be the healer then. She's got to be the healer because if the quarterstaff is her weapon, then like that doesn't seem very punchy kiki or like damagey. It just sort of seems like if all else fails, she has a stick to beat an enemy with, and her job is just to heal and do magic.
I mean, yeah, basically.
I like her dress. I think she looks super cute. I'm here. I'm actually really here for this game's fashion choices.
Yeah, Midgar has definitely a very decent, more grounded idea of what like people would wear.
Yeah.
Rather than normal, like, super high fantasy or, like, weird diesel punk kind of thing going on.
Yeah, this sort of seems like a nice marriage between, like, that, like, cyberpunk thing and actual clothing that you would find at, like, your local Gap.
Yeah.
But I can't really get a read on her personality. She's probably like, if she dies, does she die?
Yeah, she does.
Alright, so if she dies, she probably has like a too good for this sinful earth trope going around her, where she's incorruptible, pure pureness. You just want to hug her and give her a nice hot cup of tea because she's so sweet and pure and wholesome.
Yeah.
But, I can't, so, either a lot of really horrible things have happened to her before she joins the party, or she's entirely sheltered and nothing bad happens to her at all until she joins the party and subsequently dies.
Okay. So, yeah, this is Aerith Gainsborough.
Hello, Aerith. It is nice to meet you.
Okay. So, yeah, she's the de facto healer, and yes, spoiler for those who are just playing the remake and have not somehow known about one of gaming's, like, greatest twist moments.
It's the Luke, I am your father
of video gaming. Yeah, like, if you don't somehow know of it...
Like, I know about it, and I've never touched this game before.
Yeah, so if you don't know about this, I apologize, but you've had plenty of time to figure it out. You've been on the internet. So, she is a Sentra. She's not a human.
Oh, now I see it! Her ears!
No. Sentra
she has pointy ears!
No, Sentra are basically as close to human as you're getting.
Her pointy ears, but anyway.
Sentras are the ancient ones, people who were able to communicate with the life stream of the planet.
Elves.
Yeah, basically elves.
Pointy ears.
But, like, without the pointy ears. They don't actually have pointy ears.
But she does.
She doesn't.
She does. Look
she
at her.
really doesn't.
Look at this pointy ass ear. And then I'm actually going to go back and find a curvy ear here for this nice human man. And then, okay, his ears are actually quite large. But, and then look, her ears are curvy. Her ears are pointy. That's a pointy ear.
Okay, nevertheless. So, she is the last Sentra on the planet.
Okay.
She was originally raised in the slums 5 of Midgar.
But she's an elf.
Yeah. She doesn't know that. Or she doesn't at least... She has
I
an
don't
idea.
understand how her ears are pointy.
Moving along. The way she... To be fair, while she is extremely pure and kind-hearted, it's not without... It doesn't come without a little bit of snark and, like, you know, kick-butt attitude. When Tifa gets kidnapped by a gang leader to be his choice of consorts in a town.
I'm assuming these are teenagers.
No, adults.
These are adults?
They're adults. Like, they're full-grown adults.
Okay, this isn't like...
No.
Okay.
They're all...
Actual adults, not like the Doki Doki Literature Club. Everybody's 18!
Yeah, no.
Even though we have a sophomore.
They're all adults. They are all 100% consenting adults. Like, they can drink. Tifa actually works as the bartender of Seventh Heaven.
I remember that, because Yang goes into her bar and, like...
Yeah.
Causes a ruckus, and Tifa's like, get the hell out of here, and that's why they fight.
Yeah. So she originally got involved with people when she met Zack Fair. Again, we're not going into extended lore. I'm not going to explain all about that. But basically, and she met Cloud in a very similar way, where he fell through the church in Slum 5's roof and landed in her flower garden.
Okay.
And that's kind of how they meet, and from there...
It sounds like a meet cute. This is the ship.
Yeah, it is. But, yeah, like I said, she's killed by Sephiroth because as a Sentra, she...
Well, I don't know how she dies.
I don't think I'm going to tell you, but basically
She gets killed by Sephiroth, but, like...
Yeah.
I don't know how she dies. I just know that she dies, and it's quite painful.
Yeah.
But, like, is it painful in the way that, like... I'm trying to think. Was it painful in the way that everybody's trying to clown me for not being able to watch The Promised Neverland? Is it painful the way The Promised Neverland is painful? Is it painful the way that the first 10 minutes of Up are painful?
It's kind of a weird merger of Nina from Full Metal Alchemist and Up.
That's a really, really tall order of pain. You are setting a bar of pain here?
Well, at least that's what it was for me.
Okay, because I remember when you told me, when I was watching Full Metal Alchemist, which I have yet to finish, I was watching Brotherhood, and I saw the Nina thing, and I cried for half an hour, and then you told me that there was a death that would be worse. And then that death arrived, and I was like, oh, I guess it's raining on your face. Like, ow, that sucks. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I still don't understand how you don't feel anything for that, but nevertheless, moving
I mean,
along.
I mean, it was sad, but like...
Moving along. But yeah, so the reason Sephiroth even kills her at all, and not, say, Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, the whole damn party, if he damn well wanted to, is because as a Sentra, she is the only person who can cast Holy.
Oh, so when she dies, you don't really have your healer anymore. You have to
Yeah.
you have to sort of reinvent yourself and how to play the game.
Well, that's the thing about Final Fantasy VII. Any character can use any materia. There are no limited spell
Oh, so like
lists.
3 houses. Everybody can be
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
can be whatever. You can make Caspar a mage if you wanted.
Exactly, but instead of locking yourself into a class, it's just like, you get the Kiraga materia, you get the summon materia, we're gonna stick these here, we're gonna combine.
Oh, materia is like mana or something.
It's more like little jewels that actually hold the power of spells.
So, like dust?
Yeah, sort of like dust.
Like dust from Ruby?
Sort of, yes.
But Final Fantasy came first?
Yes, it did.
So... Ruby kind of did a little...
Yeah, it did ripping off.
Ruby copied off of some homework?
Oh, Ruby copied off the test.
Okay. Alright, are we done with Aerith?
Yeah, without really getting into super deep backstory, yeah.
It seems like you really want to. Like, your leg is like...
Yeah, but I also...
You really want to tell me stuff and you can't.
Yeah.
What is that? What is this? This is not a real character.
It absolutely is.
You're telling me this is a playable character.
And one of my favorites.
Why is... This seems like... You know Scar from The Lion King?
Who doesn't?
So, like, this sort of seems like his avatar OC. Like,
Wow.
where, Scar from The Lion King, he got on Tumblr, and he really got into the role-playing community there, and he fell into an avatar, cosplay, a role-play community, and he just really wanted to be himself. He wanted to be himself, but with firebending. So now his name is still Scar. And look, we gotta look. You know, he's got there a scar on his eye, copying off of homework. Look at this dude. It's just Scar. It's Scar with magical powers and tattoos. This is like, oh my god, this is Sons of Anarchy AU Scar from The Lion King. You know, like where like Mufasa's like the Jax guy. He's like he's the Charlie Hunnam of the thing, and he's running the Lion biker gang. And then this is Scar. That's Clay, and Clay what was his last name? Morrow. Well, Clay Morrow, he's like, I'm here to take down Mufasa. I'm here to take down Jax because it's supposed to be my shit. And then basically this is season 6 Clay from Sons of Anarchy as a lion. This is not a real thing. No way.
He 100%.
Out of all like the little bits of snippets I've seen or heard of from Final Fantasy, I have never seen this fucking lion anywhere.
Technically, it's because while he is playable and he does have a role in the story, it's not a large one compared to the others.
Also, I don't think he's built like a lion. I'm pretty sure this is the hyena. This is a hyena.
No, he's a mountain lion.
He really is a lion. Oh, he also looks like a more punk rock version of Diego from Ice Age.
Oh my god.
You remember Ice Age?
Yeah, I do.
Oh man, that series was so good. That first movie was so good, and then like it got worse and worse and worse. And it was like, why? Why would you ruin such a good thing? Why would you ruin Ice Age that badly? Oh my god. But anyway, this lion could be the emo version of so many different lion characters. Scar, Diego, Diego from Let's Go Diego from Nick Jr. This is his lion OC. God, oh man, what the hell is this?
Are we done?
I don't know. What is he in the story? I guess if Cloud rides the chocobos, then this is Barrett's.
No.
This is Barrett's friend. This is Barrett's animal lion friend.
No.
I mean, they have the same tattoo artist, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in before you keep going.
Thank you. Why is there a lion?
This is Red 13, aka Nanaki.
Oh, it does say 13, like right here, right?
Yeah.
Nanaki.
That is his actual name, yes, though he is referred to as Red 13.
Hello, Red 13. It's nice to meet you.
He is a sentient, talking creature who was experimented by Dr. Hojo of the Shinra Corporation.
So like Rocket Raccoon?
No. He was already able to do a lot of stuff. Dr. Hojo was just examining his body for, like, certain energy traces. He comes from Cosmo Valley, which is a mystical area
Cosmo Valley?
Yeah, Cosmos Valley.
Where's Wanda Valley?
It's called Cosmos Valley because in the valley, there was a spot, specifically where his father fought a massive monster and got petrified into a statue to protect the place, where you can look up and see the cosmos itself laid bare before you.
And that's why he's a talking lion?
We don't actually know what the deal is with his species because he's technically the last one.
Oh, they're always the last one.
Until Advent Children, and he has children. But we don't know.
But if he's the last one...
Yeah, we don't know how.
Where did he make the babies, sweetie?
Believe me, I want an answer to that as much as anybody else.
What?
I'm sure there's something we're missing. I'm sure there is. But Red 13, he is an excellent speed fighter in the game. His main weapon is actually Clips.
Is he a permanent member of the game?
Yep.
Why do we have a lion? It's like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm sorry. What is your deal with it? He is one of my favorite characters in the whole game because
I just wasn't expecting this.
Because he's just such a great primal fighter.
I mean,
like, I love him.
But they all seem like great primal fighters.
No. But like he.
What is that? My thing is the tattoos. Why? That like either this animal would have needed to consent.
Yeah.
Or else that's animal cruelty.
Well, yeah, he did. He consented because you rescue him from Dr. Hojo.
But does he already have the tattoos?
Yeah.
So that means he did not consent to have these tattoos put on him.
Well, we're still not super sure how he even got those.
Someone
Someone
with opposable thumbs gave
there is a person who lives in Cosmos Valley who knows him, so we can assume he's the one who gave him the tattoos. Except for the 13, because I believe that was Hojo, because he was an experiment of his. That's why he was called Red 13.
So he's the lion version of 11 from Stranger Things, only without the cute friendship between the children.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm sorry I misjudged you so far out the gate, Red 13. I didn't mean to. You look so much like a Scar cosplayer, or not even a Scar cosplayer, just you look like Scar from The Lion King, just trying to be cool. Scar was pretty cool though. Like you didn't need to do all this, Red 13.
Yeah, no. He, honestly, he's just really damn good, and he's a good party member. He knows about the Sentra, and he has knowledge of these things due to living in Cosmo Valley. So, he's also a bit of information on, like, what the life stream is.
Can we call this character like the alternate universe version of Scar? Like when
No.
like if Scar decided that he was done with Mufasa and Simba and all their bullshit, and he was like, I'm gonna go and find a pride of my own. That way, I'm not like this asshole just sort of like mooching off of my brother or whatever. And then he goes into Cosmo Valley, and gets these tattoos and becomes like a super cool version of himself that he can be proud of, while he's like no contact with his family.
Except his father being in Cosmo Valley is kind of integral to the story.
You're kind of harshing my alternate universe flow.
Yeah.
But I guess you're going to be doing that?
Yeah.
Does this franchise mean too much for you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Moving on.
This girl was also in Kingdom Hearts. This was Squall Leonhart's friend.
Yep.
With Aerith, and they were in Traverse Town talking to Sora like, hey, your world blew up. Sorry about that. Our world blew up too. We're going to help you out, and we're going to give you a little bit of shelter, and then we're going to watch as you abandon us to like your duck and tall dog friend.
Yeah.
And then she has a cast on for some reason, so I guess her arm is broken?
No, that's armor.
It looks like a cast.
It's not. It's armor. If you actually flip it over, you see her arm and it's strapped on.
Okay, because that definitely looks like she broke her arm in like 4 places.
Yeah, no. It's literally just supposed to like protect her arm.
Also, what's really killing me, she's wearing a sleeveless turtleneck that is also a crop top, and her fly is open. What is this? I was just talking about how this game was really good at doing practical clothing and making choices that were a little bit fan servicey, but not that fan servicey. What is this? Close your fly. XYZ. Examine your zipper. Her shoes are quite practical, and she's wearing leg warmers. Like I can't. I don't even know where to begin from like a fashion standpoint, but she seems like a sweet girl. She seems like a sweet girl. I really wish that, like, maybe she's also from the slums, because because maybe she's also from the slums because she can't afford a button to sew onto her pants so that she can.
Yeah, she's actually not.
She's rich.
She's better off than the others.
You're telling me the only person here that's rich?
Not rich, just better off.
The only person here who's like relatively middle class is the only one that can't dress herself?
Yep.
Oh, there's something going on, like she has a garter belt but on one leg, so is this part of her weapon?
Nope. Her weapon is a giant cross-star shuriken.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Yuffie Kisaragi.
Oh, I didn't even say who she was. Like, in the,
yeah.
Hello, Yuffie. It's nice to meet you. I actually knew her name was Yuffie. I didn't know her last name. I don't really know. I guess she's still Squall Leonhart's friend.
Well, since Squall Leonhart is in Final Fantasy VIII, not 7, no.
Isn't Squall Leonhart in, like, every game?
No.
Isn't it, like, an Anna situation?
No, that's Sid. There is a Sid in every Final Fantasy. It is a different Sid in every Final Fantasy, but there is
Well,
always a
it's like
character
every
named
Anna,
Sid.
like every Anna in Fire Emblem is a different Anna. Every Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny is different depending on where you are in Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So, she is a ninja from the land of Wutai.
okay.
She is the first optional character you can obtain in Final Fantasy VII.
She has optional girl vibes.
In fact, actually getting her is wildly difficult. Because you have to find her in specific forests after a certain number of encounters and then beat her.
So, who would she be replacing? Tifa, I'm assuming.
Actually, she could weirdly replace Aerith because a lot of her limit breaks and whatnot are more support-based. They're not healing, but they're support themed. So, like, buffs, debuffs.
So a difference between someone like, I'm trying to think of a non-Fire Emblem example, but,
Basically, she's the equivalent to somebody who has a ruse skill, where Aerith is somebody who's just a staff user.
Okay.
Like, she has her viabilities, but, like, she can't fully replace a healer. And the way she actually starts off her storyline, if you recruit her, is she steals all your materia because she wants to reclaim the glory of the Wutai Empire. But after Shinra took over and kind of ruined the place, she steals all your materia, she goes back to Wutai, you chase her down, she explains the circumstance, you're all just like, oh, okay, this kind of adds up, and we all hate Shinra too. So, give us back our materia, we'll help you deal with this, and they do.
Oh, well, alright then.
Yeah. She becomes more integral in future stories, but, like, as it stands in the main general game, she, being optional, she doesn't have a super lot to do with the game, but she does have dialogue.
She's fun.
Game. Yeah, she's fun, she's interesting, I like
She's
using
waifu
her.
bait.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, she seems super sweet. Well, okay, let's move on, though. Okay, I'm going to say two things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say one thing, but I need to ask one question first. That's what I meant by two things.
Okay.
Is this the broody man who has trouble talking about his trauma?
Yep.
Why can't I stand him? This is the first broody man who has trouble talking about his trauma in an anime boy context that I cannot stand. It was just an immediate, I hate you. I hate you. And, like, in a way that hate is a strong word. Like, God, I've never seen Yu Yu Hakusho, but there's a tiny little man in Yu Yu Hakusho. He's really, really short, and he kind of looks... Hiei is his name?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like, it's Joey's favorite anime.
It's good anime.
And I know that much about it, and he's with this little itty bitty, he's a little itty bitty man, so, like, but I don't understand why this one, I just don't like him. Maybe it's because he's a different art style than the others.
Well, possibly this is what the art style for the original game looked like.
The game must have been really pretty.
Oh, it was, you gotta remember, Final Fantasy VII was revolutionary for gaming, not only because of its storyline, but also because of the graphics it used.
So, like, they looked this good the whole time?
No. This is just character art. Like, I wish the game looked like this. It's polygonal.
Alright,
It's 3D polygonal.
Alright, so maybe I'll come around on the broody boy talking about his trauma, because I think it's just because the art difference between this and this is so jarring that I'm having trouble connecting with it.
The problem is,
it just doesn't seem like he's from the same game.
That's the problem, because like I said at the start, because the remake is extending now, because they didn't make the full game with the remake, he's not in it. He's also the second and the only other optional character in the game. So you can skip getting him.
I've never seen him before. Like Aerith, Cloud, I've seen them before. I know what they look like. Yuffie, I know a lot. I know more of. This character, I've never seen him before. He just looks like... He looks like a generic anime boy who has trouble talking about his trauma. You know how, like, Felix and Takumi, they'd be, like, brand name anime boys who have trouble talking about their trauma. This is a white label anime boy who has trouble talking about his trauma. Like, there's the difference between, like, Diet Coke and Sam's Club
Wow.
Like, that just sort of seems like what it is. Like, he just looks like the... Even though Felix and Takumi and those Fire Emblem guys probably came after him...
They did.
He just doesn't have the... Whatever the husbando material is that draws me to certain characters of this archetype, this guy doesn't have it.
Okay.
But I'm going to say that he is some sort of mercenary. Maybe it's because of the gun. Maybe the gun is throwing me off.
Could be.
I'm not a very pro-gun person. But I'm trying really hard to not judge this guy just because his art is different or he's holding a gun. I just don't like him. And I feel bad because I feel like once I play the game, if there's a point where I play the game, I'm going to fall in love with this character. And I'm going to do everything I can to have him in my party. But I do think... Oh, what is Actually, I don't know. Yeah, you know why I don't like him?
Why?
Okay, you see this? These are his legs.
Yeah.
And then this is his body.
Yeah.
All of his organs are sort of shrinked up in this little itty bitty area, and then he's all legs.
Oh no, it's a bodysuit.
No, but you can tell. You see this here? This is the
yeah.
Look how long his legs are, and look how itty bitty his torso is. He just has the wrong proportions.
Yeah, the art's a little bit off with him, mainly because of.
Yeah, I think it's just the art is so off in a way that. I couldn't put my finger on until I had to go in here with my mouse and be like, this is his body. This is where all his little itty bitty organs are. They're all just smushed up in there.
Well, given what happened to him, I don't really blame the anatomy too much.
You're telling me his backstory excuses his super long legs and super short torso?
I mean, I don't know if it excuses it, but it explains, like
he looks like he should
issues.
Doing commercials for like Levi's or something because he's like a size he has like a 30-inch waist, but like he has like 50-inch legs. That's what he looks like right now to me. But I'm going to say that he's like a gunslinger Dark Knight type where he works for someone who is a bad guy and he defects from whatever that is, and he goes to serve Cloud. And the more he serves, the more he goes and works for Cloud, the spikier his hair gets. That is my guess. I'm sticking to it.
Okay, so this is Vincent Valentine.
Hello, Vincent Valentine. It's nice to meet you. I hope you get your organ situation sorted out.
Okay, so Vincent is actually in a unique situation outside of the rest of these characters.
Okay.
First of all, he is the second and only other optional character in the game aside from Yuffie.
Okay.
He is also the primary protagonist of his own game, Dirge of Cerberus, which takes place after this game.
Okay, maybe I would like him better in that game.
It's a third-person shooter. Since his main weapon is guns...
That explains the gunny guns!
Yeah, his main weapon is gun. And basically what happened to him was, you find him actually in a casket underground.
We're getting real Castlevania with this?
Yeah. In fact, actually, it's funny, his limit breaks turn him into monsters. Like Frankenstein and whatnot.
He seems like he belongs on, like, The Witcher. I don't know anything about The Witcher either, he seems like he belongs there.
Well, it's also because of what happened to him. Before the game started, he was in Shinra's highest op security team known as the Turks. However, he became an experiment under the scientist Lucrezia Crescent. However, unfortunately, due to stuff I can't really get into, because, again, super extended lore, he basically had to infuse his body with a certain type of energy that really fucked up his body in ways that just cannot be explained.
And that explains the claw arm?
No, that's just armor.
He just has...
Yeah, he just has claw armor.
On one arm.
If you haven't noticed, a lot of characters have armor on just like one part of their body.
But why?
It looked good.
It looks awkward. It looks awkward and unprotected, and like they did it just for the Vine. This is like the do it. This is the do it for the Vine of video game fashion. It's killing me. Be more symmetrical. Symmetry is important with your armor.
Nevertheless. His signature weapon is the Cerberus, which is a 3-barreled pistol. Or three-barreled revolver, rather.
Okay.
He's a really interesting character, and in all honesty, when you go through his side story, you get to learn a lot about how, like, he got really, not only, like, what happened to him, but also what happened to Lucrezia, and just all the shit he had to go through, like, just to get where he was.
Okay, I mean, I'm sorry.
He's a nice guy, and he's
I'm
actually...
sorry I made fun of you.
He's also really down to earth, but he's also, yeah, pretty much, like, super silent, and he stands in the background just, like...
Yeah, no, he's not a broody man who has trouble talking about his trauma. That's the thing. I think, like, I was assuming that this was that character, but he's not that character. So, like, he's somebody's husbando. He's just not mine.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. I don't know.
You don't even have a guess?
He's just a... Is he like a pilot?
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Like, he looks like a little short old man.
Hey, yeah, that's kind of what he is.
So if he's an old man, is this Sid?
Yeah, actually, this is the Sid of this
Okay,
game.
I'm used to seeing Sid looking a certain way in Kingdom Hearts, and I think I just, my brain just needed a little bit of time to adjust. He has a similar art style as the guy before him, so Sid also didn't make the remake.
Not the first part of it, no. Because Sid is somebody you get way later on in the game. Like, I think in the middle of...
And he's playable?
of
Doesn't he
Disc
run
2.
the store?
No, he's playable in this game.
Why doesn't he run the store?
Because that's not what he does in this game. In Kingdom Hearts, he gets to run the store because in
With
Kingdom
with
Hearts, he's not
little
important.
moblies.
Yeah, because in Kingdom Hearts, he's not important. In this game, he's important.
Well, he's blonde like Cloud. Is this his father?
No.
Is this his,
No, he is not related to Cloud in any way, shape, or form.
Is he Cloud's close family friend?
No.
Is he Cloud's teacher?
He doesn't know Cloud in any capacity before meeting him.
There's always a certain point where, like, you like to let me guess, and then if I go too far away, you're like, no, get back in line, no.
Because I'd like to keep this under 2 hours.
So he's a pilot. He pilots an airship, I guess. He runs, I got it. Because if there's a Sid in every game,
Yeah.
he runs a taxi service.
Okay.
An airship taxi service where he takes you from one location to another location, kind of like the gummy ships in Kingdom Hearts. He's Chip and Dale.
Okay. So I'm just going to say this now in case we do another Final Fantasy later down the road. No Sid runs a shop.
Well, no, he runs.
All Sids are important to the story for one reason or another, whether they are playable or not.
But he doesn't fly them around on airships. He's a
I mean,
pilot.
yes, he's the pilot, but he doesn't, like, it's not a taxi service.
Well, are you using him in battle?
Yes.
If you're not using him in battle, is he still in the story?
Yeah.
Does he drive
He drives the airship, yes.
Did he take you from one place to another?
Yes.
So if you don't switch out any of the characters for him, he's the guy who drives you around in the airships?
Yeah.
So I was right the whole time, and you're being pedantic?
Apparently.
You're being quite pedantic.
A little bit.
Alright, well, yeah, he's a pilot. He's a good-natured dude. I get the vibe that he might, not that he's a drunk, but that he is no stranger to, like, getting tipsy at the bar off hours.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
And
So-
I'm right, mostly. Yay!
So, this is Sid Highwind.
Hello, Sid. It is nice to meet you.
Yeah. So Sid here is an actual pilot in the game. Like, he knows aviation. In fact, it was actually his dream to pilot the first spacecraft on Gaia. And he actually built it.
But he didn't get to fly it?
When we first meet him, Shinra is dealing with him. So, kind of a theme with everybody is that Shinra has fucked up their life in some way, shape, or form.
So they took Sid's ability to go to space.
They basically were just like, you're not launching that. If you launch that, we're gonna deal with your family in a way you won't understand.
Sad.
However, Sid, being the rough and tumble kind of guy he is being the gruff old man of the group, he's just like, well, fuck you too! And he actually does launch his rocket ship.
Okay.
It doesn't go very well. It doesn't take him away from the party. He's still a member. But we do get to see him launch his rocket and fulfill his dream. He fights very similarly to dragoons in the Final Fantasy game. A lot of jumping and spear wielding.
So he's like a Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually one of the most entertaining characters in the game because specifically of how his personality is so drastically different from everybody else, who's like either stoic like Cloud, determined like Barrett, laid back, whatever.
Traumatized.
Yeah. Where he's just like, get your asses in gear, let's go!
Get off my lawn, basically.
Yeah, and you're right, he's not super unfamiliar with liquor, but he doesn't drink frequently. He's just been known to partake.
Okay.
He's a great character, really fun, and in all honesty,
He seems really fun, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I got a much better impression of him than I got from him.
Yeah. Which is good.
Sorry,
Vincent.
Sorry, Vincent. Moving on. You're fucking kidding me.
I really wish
What the hell is this thing? What is the deal with these animals?
You're not gonna believe me when I tell you. Just try to guess, and I'll just.
So this is a cat riding a fat bat goblin thing. Alright, well, I was not in any way aware of the animal characters in Final Fantasy. I don't understand what's going on with them, why it is here. Is this two separate characters?
Nope, one.
So the cat is part of the blobby thing.
Sort of.
This is, so the cat is wearing a crown, so the cat is a king.
No.
But the cat is giving orders and wearing a crown.
Yeah.
And riding a steed. That seems pretty rare, so this thing should be a king. But it's not a king, it's just a cat. So if it's not a king, it is a normal cat with ego issues.
No.
Like, he has an overblown sense of his self-worth. And, oh my god, I got nothing. What is this pink thing? The pink thing looks like a normal monster, like a monster. So I guess this cat can possess the monsters and make them do his bidding. Like, he can, maybe the cat is king of the monsters.
No.
He, like, brings the monsters together and he can make them serve him?
No.
Oh, God, I got nothing. What the hell is this thing?
So, this is Kate Sith.
Hello, Kate Sith. It's nice to meet you. What the fuck are you?
He is a remote-controlled plush toy who acts as a fortune teller in the gold saucer, controlled by a Turk named Reeves.
You're kidding, right?
Nope.
This isn't an animal?
Nope, it's a robotic plush toy.
Which part is the plush toy?
The whole thing.
It's not...
Reeve can either control just Kate Sith, the black cat, or he can control them both when Kate Sith is riding on his
What is the other thing's name?
Doesn't have a name. It's just a Moogle.
That's a Moogle?
Well, it's a primitive Moogle.
It seems like it's gotten, like, genetically experimented on.
Well, it's a robotic plush toy, so it's not even a living organism. In fact, actually, part of the story is when they try to recover the black materia before Sephiroth can, the temple that it's in begins to, like, shrink and crush everything inside of it. Kate Sith actually stays inside to help the party escape and gets crushed. Like, completely. However, Reeve sends out a brand new rebuilt model, and he's just like, I'm back! He's also unique in the fact that he only has 2 limit breaks, and both of them are luck-based. Dice and slots. He also uses megaphones as his primary weapon.
That makes sense. He's going, yeah.
He's a very fun character, but the community does have kind of this weird feeling about him, because it's just like, on one hand, he can be kind of annoying depending on the circumstance. On the other hand, he's really fun and kind of interesting in the fact that, like, we have somebody who's basically an enemy helping us at all times.
That's kind of cool. Why does it look this way?
Well, Kate Siths are an actual thing in mythology, so I'm guessing Reeve kind of took that and ran with it.
It's a cat riding a...
Well, no, not necessarily, but To be fair, this is the only version of Kate Sith that look like this. Otherwise, Kate Sith throughout the franchise are normally monsters.
Okay. I mean, this thing is intriguing. This is definitely the most surprising thing to come out of this so far. I have no idea I still have no idea what the fuck it is I'm looking at.
It's a robotic plush toy.
How big is it?
Even with
Does it come from? Is it like an FAO Schwartz size thing?
No. I'd say if he was standing right next to Cloud, he would reach Cloud's shoulder with the cat on top.
That is an FAO Schwartz size toy. You're telling me this dude has multiple copies of something that you would find at an FAO Schwartz in like 1995?
Yeah.
And he just gave it to Cloud.
No, he controls it to help Cloud.
Does this dude like not get out very much?
No, he does. He works for the Turks. He's part of Shinra's top security.
But he's helping these guys.
Yeah, he initially acted as sort of a spy. However, after a while, he started realizing that that's kind of a shitty thing to do. So he decided to be like, no, now I'm going to help Cloud full time. Like, I'm not going to deliver information to Shinra about their exploits.
Okay, I mean, I also kind of like that there's a horn here, because that means like he's supposed to be a tattletale, but he's really helping.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Also, with his work as a fortune teller in the Gold Saucer, which is the main gambling area in Final Fantasy VII, basically he uses that as a promotional tool.
Okay. Alright, so are we good with this character?
Yep.
Alright, moving on.
And our last character, if you don't know him, I don't know.
The man, the myth, the legend, Sephiroth with his ridiculously long, thin sword.
Actually, funny thing is, a YouTuber named Shadiversary, shout out to Shadiversary, he's awesome, actually did a video about the Masamune and how realistic it would work, if it would work.
Also, if this game was made in 2021, Cloud and Sephiroth would absolutely have homoerotic energy.
Well, I mean, Sephiroth did stick his sword in Cloud.
Are you saying that Sephiroth tops?
Sephiroth tops the world.
Yeah, he does not have bottom energy in the slightest.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, Sephiroth we've already talked about Sephiroth a little bit. He burned down Cloud and Tifa's village, the little fucker, and he is an asshole to the highest degree. But why is he an asshole?
Okay.
Who did this to him?
Okay.
What happened to you, Sephiroth?
Okay. So Sephiroth is an interesting story because he's sort of a weird genetic mixture.
That explains the hair.
Yeah. He's not fully human. He's actually from, how do I put this?
Is he part Aerith's thing?
Yes, he is part Sentra from the creature known as Genova. He's made of Genova cells, who is an ancient one that Shinra managed to get their hands on her corpse.
So he's like closer genetically to Aerith than anybody else.
Yeah.
Why does he kill her then? You can't tell me.
I can't tell you because that's a major spoiling point for the story. Like, Aerith dying is just something everybody knows.
Are they related?
No. They're not related except by their race. That's it. Otherwise, because of what Sephiroth specifically discovers what happens, that's his motivation to even be a villain in the first place, because before that, he is actually a top first-class soldier working for Shinra to actually protect people and fight for the greater good. He was a hero in a war and was legitimate about it. But once he discovered the truth about his being, he snapped.
So he's like a Killmonger type situation from Black Panther, where like he does some messed up things, but you're also like, this jerk ass has got a point though.
It's sort of, yeah, because where Cloud gets hired by an eco-terrorist group to take down Shinra because they're just not helping the slums and they're polluting the area, he's very much the global scale version. He's just like, oh, it's not Shinra specifically, it's humanity. That's the problem.
This man just needs a therapist and a hug.
Oh, nothing will fix him. There is not a thing alive that can fix this man.
And I'm going to assume that he's wildly popular because he's irredeemable.
Yeah, basically.
And that's why he's in Smash Bros.
Well, that and Cloud made it in, and it's kind of weird to have Cloud without Sephiroth in some description. I don't know why it is, but it is.
I don't know. I just remember when I was really, really young, I'd never played Final Fantasy, but I knew at least a couple of, like, girls I used to hang out with in junior high school. Like, not in my junior high school class, but, like, in after-school programs. There was, like, if I remember correctly, there was this girl that I used to hang out with when I was, like, 11 or 12, because no one would talk to me, because I was, like, I was bullied a lot. There was one girl who would talk to me, and her name was Zen. It was Xzen. I'll never forget this. The things that she would talk about the most were Sephiroth, and she would say it Sephiroth, not Sephiroth. She'd say Sephiroth, and the fact that she was a dog, like a wolf.
Okay.
So she used to bark like a wolf all the time, and then she would call herself the alpha, and then she would call me the omega, and she would like give me orders and stuff.
That is just weird. That's just a weird person. I don't know how that related to Sephiroth in any way, shape, or form, other than her mentioning it. But just like
no, she was really into Sephiroth though. Sephiroth or Sephiroth. Sephiroth.
You know, after the religious iconography.
What religious iconography?
The Sephiroth tree.
What's a Sephiroth tree?
Seriously?
What's a Sephiroth tree?
Hang on. Pull this up, because I'm surprised you don't know this.
We don't have sacred trees.
Okay. So, the Sephiroth tree is actually in Hebrew mythology.
Okay.
So, not Catholic or anything. It's basically the 10 attributes, emanations in Kabbalah, which is like Jewish mysticism.
Yeah, no, that's, I grew up evangelical, we don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah. So, like, that's what he's named after.
I would say, what's Cloud named after? He's named after clouds.
Yeah. And like I said, if I could go into, like, Crisis Core, I could explain more characters that are related to him.
Alright, so and this is like Fire Emblem in the sense that Final Fantasy VII is a different thing than like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 12,
yeah.
14, 15.
Each Final Fantasy in and of itself has no real connection to the other. There are some that have sequels, like 10 has 10-2, 13 has 13-2 and 13-3. 7 is the only one that basically made a franchise of itself, where there was the mobile game before Crisis. I'm giving you this in chronological order. There's Before Crisis, the mobile game, Crisis Core, the PSP game, then there's Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy Advent Children, and then after Advent Children is Dirge of Cerberus.
So why is Final Fantasy VII like the thing? Like why is that the thing that everybody in this fandom is obsessed with over say 8 or 9 or 10 or 6 or 1 for that matter or Crystal Chronicles?
Honestly, I couldn't begin to tell you the absolute reason why it blew up as much as it did. I can tell you that when it came out, it was revolutionary in terms of its graphical works, where if you played it today, and I hope you will play it at some point, if you ever tried to compare it to what comes out today, it looks like complete and utter, not garbage, but like, you can tell it's aged very poorly. But at the same time, it was also a compelling story.
That's why they're making the remake. So
yeah.
Probably to connect with people like me who had never played the game before.
Probably. So, honestly, it's one of those games that just, it hit every note just perfectly. That you could get away with making multiples.
Like Three Houses.
Yeah. And unlike, say, 10-2 or 13-2 or 13-3, where it was sort of supplementary to the actual main game, the other games of Final Fantasy VII and the movie, they continued the story, like, raw. Like, there was no deviation in any way, shape, or form from how the games operated. They kept changing everything, but they kept developing the world continuously. Whereas with as much as I love it, Final Fantasy X into 10-2, all 10-2 did was give you a brand new villain. It didn't really change the world in any meaningful way, even though it's post-10. Where 13-2, it was like, instead of trying to develop the world, it's just like, 13-2, Yeah, we're doing time travel shenanigans now. I've never even played 13-2 because honestly, I don't want to give 13 the time of day anymore.
What did 13 do to you?
That's a whole different discussion. But 13 is basically the black sheep of the family, where I think there are even apologists who are like, we can't really defend a lot of the game. We can defend some of it, not a lot of it. Like, I can defend just about any Final Fantasy you give me, but I can't defend 13, like a majority of 13. Nevertheless, so that's all the playable characters in 7. You play as Sephiroth very, very briefly in a flashback. But, yeah. So,
okay.
How do you feel?
I feel like I've learned quite a bit. I did actually, I feel like I've absorbed a lot more. Since there's only 10 characters, we're not getting into, like, a billion different characters and what they do and where they fit in the world. This is just the main crew.
Yeah.
And it's not as many people, so I do feel like I've learned a lot more, and I feel like these characters are... I see why they're iconic. Like, they have... I can kind of see how other games have borrowed from this.
Yeah.
In a way that could almost be considered copying, like, their homework. Like, Yang Xiaolong and Tifa are... They're not the same character, but...
Not by a long shot, but...
But, like, you can definitely tell Monty Ohm got the inspiration.
Actually, to be fair, one of Monty Ohm's first things, rest his soul, was Dead Fantasy, where he had Tifa, Kairi, and all of them. So, yeah, you could say a lot of inspiration came from there, but I'm not gonna...
No, I remember meeting Monty Ohm. That was surreal.
I can imagine.
I met him twice. I have his autograph. I have his autograph in a couple places somewhere. He was just a really, really cool stand-up guy. I think you mentioned Dead Fantasy. I remember the Monty Ohm of it all. But Final Fantasy does seem awesome, and it seems really cool, and I would like to play this at some point.
Well, I mean, I always have my PS2 ready. I just need a memory card.
I know, it's just the minute you fire up that PS2, DDR is coming home.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, well, this was it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I did not say anything too blasphemous. I probably did, didn't I? Did I espouse some controversial opinions?
Nothing too wild, I think.
Okay, well, one day I shall say something truly wild. Well, anyway, we're gonna go now. Bye.